My Parakarry, you got really small all of a sudden, and brown, and you're wearing a blue hat. Nah, that's not Parakarry, that's Gubario. I got him out here because we're gonna be going on to the next leg of our adventure. As soon as I go check the bad shop, because it has been a while since I've been there. I want to see if anything else is opened up. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Paper Mario. Ooh, hello, Dodge Master. Makes the action command work more frequently. Oh, look at that! That's actually one of my favorite badges in the entire game. And I'm gonna get that right away. I'll show it off just for a little while. Previously, we did a lot, and I mean a lot, of letter delivering as we continued on the massive chainmail that we had to go through with Parakarry, as by credence, so to speak, of his side quest of delivering letters. And we did a lot of that, way more than I expected. Also, we did some more favors for Koopaku, which was like kibbles in comparison to the amount of letters we had to do for Parakarry in terms of delivering. Today, with all that taken care of, we're finally ready to start on the next leg of our adventure. And before we do that, I did went back to my items back in the item store, and I got all of these. This is about 9 from what I've counted. I want to be prepared for what's coming up next, since the next letter we have to go to takes us in this direction. And this guy, we may have actually heard of him before. Just now, a ghost passed by right in front of me. Uh, you saw it, didn't you? What if I said no? No, you must have. Over there. Huh? I saw nothing. No, the other way. It went to the forest. Mario's just so confused right now. Mario, this madness has to end. Will you go to the forest and see what's going on? I'm ashamed to say it's my job, but I just can't go. I'm too frightened of ghosts. Please, I'm begging you. Forever forest is dangerous. Children are strictly prohibited. There are ghosts in there. Then why'd you take up the position of a guard near a place that's full of ghosts which you are clearly scared of? Dude, you need to get your priorities checked. This guard guards the path. Guard guards the path, that's very redundant. To Forever Forest. He looks timid. Isn't that a bad trait in a guard? Not only does he scare easily, I hear that he's especially afraid of ghosts, like we just saw. That's actually proof. Seeing as Forever Forest is supposedly haunted, he must be completely freaked out. Again, not the best occupation to choose, or the best position in your occupation to, well, guard. But then again, Toads are not known for being like the bravest guys around. No, that's left at the Mario to do all the bravery work. So we head over here. We save. No bushes to check on, just want to make sure. I can see that things are getting a little more spoopy up in here. Really spoopy. Pardon me, sir. Would you happen to be Mario? How do you do, sir? My master wishes to see you. If you would, please call on us at the mansion on the far side of Forever Forest. My master will also like me to add that she has in her possession important news regarding the star spirits. Please make haste, we shall await your arrival with a warm welcome. And if you don't, we'll get you! Boo! Wow, two sides of the same coin, huh? Well, it's not like we have any other choice in the matter. Thus begins Chapter 3, The Invincible Tubba Blubba. We did hear talk of Tubba Blubba back when we last saw Peach and Twink, so we know we're in the right direction alright. And this is the sign that tells us all the directions. Now, for our forest, it's kind of laid out not normally, let's say. Eventually, if you explore well enough, you'll come across a bunch of flowers. That should be the way forward. So those flowers did... Whoa. Hello. Those flowers did laugh, which should be the way to tell that you're heading in the right direction. And this will be the main gimmick heading into navigate throughout the forest. But not just that, we've come across a classic enemy in the Super Mario verse, as well as a character that someone made to Smash Brothers, the Piranha Plant. This is a Piranha Plant. The plants pop out of the ground in unexpected moments, so be on your guard. Max HP 5, attack power 3. You've seen him in every one of your adventures, so I'd imagine you know him pretty well. The sharp jaws point upward, so you'll get bitten if you try to jump on him. They smile at the bottom, people. That smug smile makes me hop mad. Well, thankfully, we have more than one way to deal with the Piranha Plant. Actually, not a quick camera. Let's take them on one at a time. And you know, this would be a good moment for me to show off Cooper's new super rank ability, because I haven't done that yet, and he's the only one that I haven't shown off at this point in time. So with Cooper now has Dizzy Show by way of the super block we acquired with him some time back. Daze and paralyze all enemies on the ground. So just gotta hit A repeatedly. Well, that's a lot tougher than I expected. And that does daze all enemies in the field. That's another way how to get the daze on them too. And I should probably put on Spike Shield because I forgot that the Piranha Plants were organized in this fashion where they face upwards with their mouths. Well, that Piranha Plant didn't stand much of a chance thanks to an early spell. Kinda overkill if you ask me, but it was still worth it in the end. Now the question is, what do I get rid of? I still want to show Sleepy Stomp if I can get that to work. I think I'll give up Hammer Throw this time, and we'll equip it later if I do need to get myself out of a desperate situation. And now for Spike Shield is right here. I did say I wanted to equip Dodge Master too. Yeah, there it is. With the same amount of BP. Okay. We'll get rid of... You know, I'm feeling confident enough. Let's get rid of Damage Dodge for a little while. We'll put that on after I do show this off. But I do have one left over. What to put that to? I guess we'll put that to defocus so we can show this too. It's not that much of a fancy badge. It just gives you more star energy when you use the focus command. But our star energy is pretty full right now, so it won't be that much of an easy time for us to actually use that. I guess I will use that the first chance I get once I do use a star spirit power. So since those flowers are laughing, that should be the telltale that this will be the right direction that we could go in. Yep, that is right. What do you think you're doing? This is forever forest. The path ahead of here is extremely dangerous. Didn't you know that? You better go back. No. I kinda have to go over here. It's a bit of an emergency. Okay, so that's your story. You're at Vidaboo's mansion. You may pass then. Listen carefully. If you want to get through this forest, you have to pay really close attention to your surroundings. If you choose the wrong paths, you'll end up back at the forest edge before you know it. The areas around the correct paths will always look slightly different from the others, so watch carefully for clues. For example, in this area, take a good look at the inner trees as you walk around. In one of them, you'll spot strange glowing eyes. The exit near that tree is the path you want to take. These clues will be different in other parts of the forest. Watch the inner forest very, very carefully as you go. Thanks, random forever forest inhabitant. I'll be sure to take that to heart. But what he says though is true. Whoa! And we came across another new enemy. Well, kind of. It's a recolorization of what we saw before. Though it never hurts to get more knowledge on your foe, the Forest Fuzzy. Forest Fuzzies are always green. Max HP 6, attack power 1. If they grab hold of you, they'll absorb your HP and add to their own. The fiends, those no good. Oh, and they sometimes divide. If they divide, become even stronger. They become even stronger when they divide. So try to beat it before they can split. Yeah, these guys are a little more dangerous than the last pair that we had to go through back in Koopa Village. And as you can see, I'm able to dodge a lot better than before thanks to my Dodge Master ability. That essentially enhances your timing on dodging attacks with the action command. And this is the badge I remember on my first playthrough that I would keep on forever. Because since I'm so used to dodging your door and its timing, having this badge on kind of feels very close to how the timing of dodging your door would be like. I say that as I completely butchered it when those fuzzies went on their last turn. So that's why I have it on, just to show how useful it could be. If you're having trouble like I am with timing dodges or try to avoid attacks from the enemy in this game, Dodge Master will be very helpful for you to utilize. Makes your life a little easier. But you have no idea how much of that little difference could go in a long way. We saw that these forest fuzzies can summon more of their comrades. With the Piranha Plant, their single attack was known as Bite, which is pretty straightforward. And like with the regular fuzzies, the forest ones have the attack Kissy Kissy, which absorbs your health and adds it to their own. They also have Create Friend, which helps them multiply, and those Clove Fuzzies have full HP whenever they are created. So that's how more dangerous that these Forest Fuzzies could be, especially when they can make copies of themselves. Alright, finally got it to work. So that's how Sleepy Stop It in action can be effective. If you're lucky enough, then it can put the enemy to sleep for a couple of turns. Oh, hello, Burly. Help me out with these guys? I'll actually take it this time around. There we go. Also, let's take out 2 of them at once. And Gubar can finish them off. So if you remember, recently I did mention a badge called Zap Tap that we could get from Merlo back at the summit. The Forest Fuzzies, since they rely on trying to, well, latch onto you, they can be affected heavily by Zap Tap, since that will actually, well, not paralyze, but to damage any enemy that gets into contact physically with Mario. So that's one instance that the Zap Tap can be very helpful with, at least for you. Now if I can only find where the eyes of this inner tree looks like. No wonder I couldn't tell that before. I was looking at the foreground, not the background. Okay, I'm looking at my capture feed, and it turns out that the feed is way brighter than it is in-game. I can barely see the background on my actual TV. So that's why I couldn't see that before. So you guys got lucky. You have like clear vision of what the game looks like, but for some reason on my TV, it's not that obvious. Not sure why. Alright, so for this next one, the third screen will show different flower behavior. We gotta find the one that looks different, I guess, that will point out which one will lead us to the next screen. So far we've seen all of them spin around. Well, this one might be the obvious odd one out. Yeah, it is. So this one will be the what we have to go to next. But look who else we found. It's the same guy from earlier. Definitely want to get to the forest, pick all the right paths. Just the wrong ones to end up back at the beginning. You find your ways as long as you keep your wits, or find your way as long as you keep your wits about you and study the forest. But remember that the right way is not always in front of you. On occasion, you must remember to look back as well. So what does that mean? On occasion, you must remember to look back. I think this might be referred to pathways like this, because there are items that you can collect in the forest that could be easily missed out on if you're just looking for your way through. This is Oakley. He lives in Piranha Forest. He guards the entry to Piranha Forest to prevent wanderers from getting lost. He helps any townsfolk who get lost inside. That beard. For some reason, I feel like yanking it. Gubario, little rude of you. You never yank another person's beard no matter what. That would be both painful and very rude of you. Plus, you don't have hands. I have no idea how you would do that. Unless you're talking about your teeth, then that would actually be extra painful. So, please eliminate that thought from your mind. And so that was pretty obvious to get through. Now for this next bit, not just the fuzzy, although I do want to fight you for experience. No, the next way to get past this... Again, it's probably not that obvious if I just look on the screen, but if we circle around eventually, we'll find a very familiar face. Hey, hello there. I'm a bubble from the land called Flower Fields. A flower seed? Should I give it to you, or shouldn't I? Well, I suppose I'll give it to you. Here you go. That's our third magical seed, and as per usual, we give it back to Mid-T back in Toad Town. At least once we're out of here. Please plant it somewhere nice and take extra good care of it. If you plant it somewhere bad and I find out about it, I might place a curse on you. Well, at least this guy's in character with how much of a scary place this could be. Well, it's not that scary. At least not to me it is. I'm pretty sure if I was a kid though, that might be a different story. Well, that looks terrifying, but I'm pretty sure that also tells Telltale where to go next. Let's just look around here a little bit more. Just be safe, I don't want to miss out on anything. Alright, at least it's back to where the bubble was. So we'll circle back here very quickly. I'm very certain that was the way we had to go to. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was this one that I saw the face come out of. Yep, that was it. Just wanted to make sure it did appear again, just for complete clarification. Alright, so this next screen, we have to find the gate that has the most mushrooms. So these over here, it could be very easy to miss out on. You'd think a minute detail wouldn't matter that much, but clearly as we saw with the stumps back in Scream 2, that's not the case. You gotta be extra diligent on your surroundings in the forest. Otherwise, you might get lost in here for hours. I'd imagine kids who were playing this growing up, they did get lost on this for a lengthy amount of time. I'm pretty sure if I played this as a child, it would happen to me too. And I'm not surprised that this place is kicking my butt, even though I am trying my best to be very alert on my surroundings, including the enemies. It's still giving me somewhat of a struggle, but that might be attributed to I wasn't having the right partner out. I thought there'd be a lot more enemies out here to be honest, but we only come across like 2 types so far. I know there's at least one more that we have to be alert for. I guess that last enemy I was thinking of hides very deep inside the forest. Alright, we're not that much farther from the end of our time in this place. It's very short if you know where to go, what to do. this should be the final screen. For this last one, once I take this guy out. Okay, I guess I'll take it early. These force fuzzies aren't like the toughest thing around. That guy got nothing out of me. I don't think I had to hit A for that, but I did anyways. I was really down that Merly giving me extra defense for these guys. I totally underestimated that. Guess it did need it after all. When I learned that those force fuzzies can be another enemy you could grind on to get at least 100 star points. That is if you're careful enough against them. So this last one again is attribute to flower behavior with this part of the forever forest. That should take us to the final screen. That one shrinks down, and I got jumped again. You know what? Let's try using this, a lullaby. Lulls enemies to sleep using a tender lullaby. Yeah, that's what it said. I thought it said lullaby twice in that description for some reason. Again, this is the first time I've ever used this. Ah, it does work pretty well. Wow, it knocked those plants out for 4 turns. So, it depends on the enemy too. That I didn't know about. One thing's for sure, that's gonna make this battle a cakewalk. That one also shrinks. That might be back at the entrance actually. You know what? This is the way back. Yeah, that leads back to the last screen. I kinda jumped the gun here. That is the right direction that we have to go to in terms of the main route. But one of these other pathways can also lead us somewhere else. It won't take us back to the start. Okay, that's the second one I checked on. But if we go down this path, that's looks like with 3 mushrooms or 3 packs of 2. Those mushrooms last slightly longer than the other ones. Gotta pay attention to that, as well as the Piranha Plant over here. Now if we head to the right, circling all the way around, guess I'll take these guys on no matter what. We'll also show this off very quickly. Focus. I don't think I've shown off yet. And remember, we have deep focus on our side too, so that gives a lot more star energy than usual. That's pretty much all there is to it. I said it was not going to be as fancy as it sounded, and well, there it is. Not very fancy looking, but it does help out if you want to gather star power. So keep going right. We have to take on at least a Piranha Plant or 2, and eventually you'll come across another block, and it's red, so you know what that means. Time for another badge. And this was the HP Plus. I think we actually got that one before. I know there are some badges in this game that we can get duplicates of, for good reason. Sure enough, there are 2 of them we have in our possession now. This shows that you can stack some badges on top of each other, strengthening their effect. So if I were to have both of these equipped, I would actually be able to increase my HP by 10, my max HP. Instead of 5 if I only equipped 1. So that's something you should keep in mind if you want to organize your badges. You know, it was probably not the best idea for me to equip Spike Shield after all. Because since I'm relying on my hammer more often since I upgraded that not too long ago, it's been dealing out more damage than last time, or at least it was before. And I've been relying on my jump a little less because of that. So, you do something about this. I don't want to shake it down though. I know we can hit that thing for sure. Yeah, there we go. By doing that, we can unleash a brand new enemy, and this guy, he's actually pretty dangerous. It's Got provoked and attacking. Come on, come on. Ah, hit me first. That's what I was afraid of. These enemies, they are not to be trifled with. But I'll go ahead and use my hot shroom actually. Since I'm running low on FP2, I could definitely use the increase on that department as well as my health. So if you hit the tree on the base, you'll get a Bazap. Bazaps are monsters bees. Max HP 3, attack power 6. If they sting you, sometimes you'll be poisoned. They also occasionally cause a swarm of small bees to attack you in a cloud. Be careful of those little attackers because you'll sometimes shrink when stung. They don't have a lot of HP, so take care of them as quickly as you can. Yeah, this is the third enemy I was talking about. I'm really coming through in a clutch again. I will definitely need that to take on these Bazaps. Uh-oh. Here goes a swarm. I actually don't see this attack come up quite that often. And they were not needed because of the increased defense. Thank you very much, Burley. I will take that help and be so grateful for it. So these guys, they aren't that hard to take down. With Gubario, it's no problem, but with Mario, it's gonna be a different story. I'll just go for a regular jump here. They give him a lot of experience though, 5 hit points. So they can be dangerous, but the experience they drop at this point in the game, very worthwhile. I think I will stay here and grind for a bit. I'll be very careful about it, so I can get that next level up. There we go. Wait, what? Is it just one? I thought they would spawn out more. Huh. Maybe if I leave it come back, they might respawn. Or refill the beehive. So that was the third enemy I was talking about to find Forever Forest. But you have to go out of your way a little bit to actually find them. Come on. Really? Just the one? Wow, I thought it would just spawn out more. Why did I think that the last time then? I think I just found it just the one time and was so scared of it that I didn't want to face anymore. So that's why I had the assumption that there would be more than one inside the hive. I didn't think it would be just the one bee. You learn something new every playthrough. Alright, so this last section, we saw the trick to this before, but just to refresh you, just gotta find the right flowers that have different behavior, at least the ones that don't shrink. And when you do, that's your ticket out of here. Or so I thought. Did I go back at the beginning? I was gonna ask if I was at the beginning, because if you have this boost match, it come this way. Ah, so I am at the end. Cool. I was getting really worried that I was back at the beginning because I didn't see any enemies, but since there are fuzzies here, that proved otherwise. Oh boy, I'm only 5 points away from getting another level up. I'm kinda hoping there is one more enemy here that I can take on. Not holding my breath though, I think there's only like 2 enemies per screen that we can fight. Not seeing anything else, Bear. Nope, gonna have to take it. Alright, fine. I'll deal with the 5-point shortage. At the very least, we're out of the forest. Phew. Well, looks like we finally made it that spooky forest. Hey, Mario. What do you bet that's the mansion that the old Boo was talking about before? I'm going to bet your shell. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Cooper. I would never do that. You lost your shell once before. No, I was gonna say, if there was ever a place that looked like a mansion, this would be it. So we finally made it to the end of Forever Forest. So, like I said, if you know what you're doing, it's not that complicated to go through. but it can cost you a lot of time if you don't know where to go. So moral of this place, be astute of your surroundings and be careful where to go. Also pay attention to the clues and make sure to have your brightness on your TV brightened up, because if you had a problem like me, then chances are that you might have more difficulty than you would bargain for. With that being said, we're gonna stop for today. I didn't think getting through the forest would actually take us one episode, but to my surprise it did. So next time, we're gonna find that old boo that we found at the beginning of the forest to see if we can talk to him some more about what the heck's going on. Until we meet again, farewell for now.